Good night, fellow punters. The clock on the wall says 10:30 on whatever night of the week it is. Back with I had two for Leopardstown, and the chances there. Someone told me there an hour ago that Leopardstown probably won't go ahead. That is unraceable in parts of the course today, and that there's a 7:30 inspection in the morning that is dodgy. So I had to try and find something on the go. So I found two on the go. I'll put up the Leopardstown ones in fear or for fear. It might go ahead, and I'll put up the two on the go. We had with one desperate risky bet today, and it proved that as well. That horse has lost its ability, and it's a show that it can't run into. I actually done it each. 365 was paying 3 places and it didn't even get third, and it went out to 33-1 at a stage today. Now it did try. You could see that it was doing its best, but clearly it's not the horse that it was in bygone days. So it might win a seller or something to that effect. We were not hard look, I thought, with Illusionist. Sam James, he's not the luckiest of jockeys for us, as long-time followers will know. He screwed up a couple of times last year for us. I don't think I went back to him since. I thought he'd come up the rail instead of just moving to his left. That probably cost him. And 2 strides past the post, he was a neck up. 7-1 would have been a grand bet instead of. There was a slight bit of profit made on an each way bet, but the difference is going into the winner's enclosure with your wheelbarrow instead of collecting it in your pocket. Phoenix, yeah, it was a sort of a doddle, and then the place picked up, and the ones in front never came back. He was going to be third the way he was to the first 2. I thought Crowley might be a bit farther up, but no. And the one that won the race, there was big gambles on it the last 3 times, backfired. So at least they got their money back tonight. There was 100 to 30 into 13 days, 7-4. So at least someone made £1. Anyway, shout out to newcomers on the bus. Evan Brady and Martin Brown. I see, did I miss anybody? I was sort of busy this evening. I didn't get a chance to go back onto the comments. On to tomorrow. We'll go with the earliest race first. The 2:15 at Leopardstown, in the event that it might go ahead. There's a horse there that done us a good turn last year, Mr. Rango, when he went from tipped at 66s into, I think it was 14s, was it? He's changed trainers. He's gone from Ross O'Sullivan to John Harney. Don't know much about him. He ran him over 7 furlongs the last day. That wouldn't be suitable. It's a better trip for him tomorrow. But if this goes into a ploughing race tomorrow, Rail Stamina Sapin, Chairman Star, this was bought for 160,000 or 180,000, I think, for Reach for the Stars Syndicate. The one a maiden below in Listowel over 1.5 miles, to suggest that this 1.2 miles probably in ideal conditions wouldn't be long enough. But I'm just thinking that if it gets into a stamina tomorrow, that the 1.2 miles, that it might be all right. It was third then in a race there in Bellewstown, and it's rated 83 now, and it was only, where are we here? It was 4 lengths behind Roaring Gallagher, who's 89, and that was only a neck behind Star Harbour for race 96, and it was ahead of an 86 rated horse. So to put it over hurls into, 4th to Nadawi in Naas in a nice hurl race, and it won the last day. It looked to be beaten when it jumped the last in Navan. And actually the horse that went over was odds on and running, finished third. It showed a good turn of foot, but it needed all of the 2 mile. So normally I wouldn't, only for this is real heavy ground tomorrow, I wouldn't be picking a horse like this. But it's a 6-1 shot, and it might be worth an each way play. They're paying 4 places. And then the 4:15 will stick with Leopardstown. A horse that we tipped up the other night and it ran for us. The one that got away. How come it's out so fast again? They had to have entered this before it ran in Dundalk the other night. And they have young Kennedy taken off 7. So I'll be running off 52. So the doubt is, you see, will it like this ground when it ran so well on top of the ground in Dundalk? But they have it entered and they're going for it. It's a 7-2 shot. So we're back to the other night, so we'll try and get our money back if we can. Let's check the prices. You see, Betfair there was a fair indication what the green bookies are odds, because they own those, so they're gone from the screen. They're hiding from us, but Betfair is the same. I bet you if you check the green bookie now, the one that got away is 11-4. I didn't check it. I don't have. I'll check it when I get off this. The phone is a bit away from me. Now on to the Goo. The 3:52 at Lingers tomorrow. 7 furlong race. Council changed yards and won first time out for Mick Appleby. It's a fierce, well-bred horse. Went out in front that day of 67. Just to be rated in the high 70s. And around 80 when it was with John Goss and Antine Williams. Hadn't won for a long time. Front runner, and front ran again in Southall when it was ran down by Grantwood. And I think it'll take the lead tomorrow head on. Closer, but he gets into horror bother as the horse that won for us last year at Kempton is Sandy Paradise. But the one that I thought might have the best turn of foot is a horse that changed yards as well recently. It's gone to Simon Pearce from Bruce Johnson. Now, it hasn't ran over 7 furlongs in absolute yonks, but it has won at 7 furlongs. When did it run at 7 furlongs last? When it won in Wolverhampton in 2022 in February. That's 2 years ago. And it won in Kempton as well, over 7. I showed a good turn of foot the last day over a mile. I got into horrid bother altogether. We'll just have a quick peep at it to show. Here he is, right near the back, as they enter the home straight, and he gets into horrid trouble, but he shows that he can still run.
Followed then by Green Power.
Keep an eye on him. He's second last now.
Followed by Embarked, and then comes Dream Pirate, well within striking distance still. Whitcomb Rockstar comes next, followed by Ivor Secret, there followed by Solana, Otago, Dembe, second last at the moment with loads to do, and Daphne May is last of all. They're heading deep inside the final 2 furlongs. Intercessor leading narrowly here from Strategia. They're all coming though on the outside. Races Nighthawk, far side. That's Whitcomb Rockstar for a big turn up as well if he can get there. Dembe's flying, but it's going to be too late. Whitcomb Rockstar, one of the outsiders, storms to victory in the last as Dembe gets up late for second place with Night Arc in behind though.
It's like going down the M50 on a Friday evening. All sorts of traffic in front of him when he wanted to make a move. When you want to get over to the lane that's going west, I often found it when you're in the right lane, can't get over. Well, I shouldn't be in the right lane trying to get over, but I often tried it. Anyway, we go on to, well, we check the market. under to 30. Second favourite to Sandy Paradise. I think it is more toe than Sandy Paradise, but it's all about luck. And Council will be in front coming around the turn for home. And hopefully Dembe is able to run him down. Paddy Bradley takes over the ride tomorrow, and he rode him before. When did he ride him last? Jack Mitchell rode him the last. He rode him the race before that, and actually he ran well over 10 furlongs in a bystanders race. A race we looked at last week. So I was trying to get another one then on the go, and the 2 mile race. Isn't this 2 mile? It is. A couple of yards short of it. 2 yards short of 2 mile. The Crafty Master, he has won 7 of his last 8. He's gone up £27. He won his first one there when off 49.76. He knows how to win all right, but he's up in class now, you see, and more weight on his back. Red Flyer, decent enough as well. I went with Moel Arthur. Hadn't ran for the longest time. 2022. 29th of June 2022. March, April, May, June. He was off, how's that, 12 and 9, 21 months. But he had good back for him there. And he's nicely bred. He's by Flintshire. Remember Flintshire? The Judgment colours. But the last day, he went off a 12 to 1 shot in a 2 mile race. The class 4, 2 friendly. Basket with decent horses in it. We'll have a quick peep at it. He's last on the turn for home. That's him with the blue cap at the very end of the field.
Move yet from Barrel Age as they turn into the straight, just outside the 2. Captain Kane still in front, to 2 friendly on the inside, who's going quite well. Then Stepney Causeway, Bascule will head for the cutaway. Barrel Age has come under a drive, was not picked up immediately as they head down with a furlong and a half to go, and 2 friendly has now got to the front, to Bascule giving chase. Moel Arthur also picking up from the back of the field. Not today for Barrel Aged, entering the final 100 yards then, and 2 friendly. Neil Cullen in front here, don't think he's going to be caught either. 2 friendly in front for James Owen and the Gredley family. 2 friendly, double for Neil Cullen. Moel Arthur got for second, tight third Mollywood or Bascule, and they were clear of Barrel Aged.
Well, that was pretty straightforward for 2 friendly, 2 winning rides for Neil Cullen.
So the decent run after a layoff. Now, there's 2 ways to look at that. He's a month to recover, or he might bounce, but there's a couple of them there. I don't think the Crafty Master actually has ran at Kempton. I'll have a quick peep. No, Barry's very first run, 11th of 12. So he done all his winning, but it wasn't on the track. A scarier one to me might be Red Flyer. He won over Citizen General there the 6th of January, and he had been second prior to that. Citizen General, he went on to beat that Duty of Care, wasn't it? The Duty of Care came out and won recently. Yeah, he beat Duty of Care by 4.5. Failed in Newcastle. It's a risk, but I was trying to get 2 on the go, and that's all I could find. He's a 7 to 2 shot, 4 to 1. 9 to 4 DC, Betfair. The green bookie, it'd be 9 to 4 as well. He'd be short, the shortest of all. I'll tell you, keep an eye on them. No one should be betting with them. So we've seen today the fields are out for Aintree on Thursday. If I don't get a video up tomorrow night, I will, just for fear that funeral is on tomorrow and Mickey D is known to have a few pints after a funeral. So for fear that might happen, there might be a few too many. You never know. So if not, I'll get a video up Thursday morning. Or else late tomorrow night, whenever. But I'm going to have a quick peep at it. I had a quick peep already, but I'm going to have an hour at it now. And we'll see. So Panda Boy is guaranteed a run in the National. He's up to 32. He was 35 until today. So definitely getting a run. So that was our anti-post selection at 40 to 1. So at least we'll get a run, hopefully. And he won't mind the ground, whatever way it is. So Conflated may be pulled out later in the week. It's not definite. So he's carrying 10 stone 6, which is a grand weight. It might have to go up a few pounds. But I'm happy enough when I seen that today. Be interested to see how the Nicky Henderson horses will perform. Sir Gino is out on Thursday, so that'll be a good guideline if that runs and runs well. To see if that'll sort of boost the yard, boost the confidence of the punters as well, to put a pound or two on them. So anyway, in the meantime, bash the bookies over and out.